Hi, I'm Lindsay Bugby from The Postman's Knock, and today I'm going to show you how to make artistic corner embellishments to add sort of a cool border to any of your projects. You might use these on envelopes, on place cards, bookmarks, just whatever needs a little bit of a border. And I've got this free printable available on the TPK website for your reference. I will link to that in the video description. We will start by making a simple curlicue. And as you can see in the printable, I'm showing you how to do that exactly. But all you do is you start just to the left of the space you want to fill in, make your first loop, make your second loop, and then make your third loop nice and small. Now let me speed up the video and show you what that will look like for the other four corners. And then if you want to, you can do some sort of connecting element, like maybe lines. And there you have it. Our second embellishment is S-curls. So the secret to that embellishment is starting with a triangle and then fill that triangle in with what looks like a series of cursive S's that get bigger and bigger. So start off with a little hill and then go up. Then when you get to the end with a hill. All right, so let me show you what that would look like in the other corners as well. And then just for fun, let's try connecting these with some loops. And there we go. Now let's try the triple knot. For this one, I am going to rotate my page. Always feel free to rotate when you're making flourishes to give yourself the best angle. And then I'm going to put this like this too, so I can really reference what this is supposed to look like. And go over, then to the left, up here in the corner, over here on the right. Then I'm going to rotate the page again and make this downstroke. So a little difficult as far as figuring out where you want to rotate the paper. It's a good idea to rotate this printable exactly how you're rotating your paper. So for this next one, I'm going to rotate the printable this way. And I'll speed up the video again so you can see how you might do all four corners. As you can see, I messed up on my own little flourish here, which is why a pencil draft is always a good idea, so let's give that another shot. And then with this one, I would go ahead and just draw a stroke to connect all of these. And that's nice and whimsical. Now let's switch it up and make the bounty embellishment in this vertical rectangular orientation. So this one's pretty simple. You just start with one loop. And then you're going to draw these little flourishes that are coming out of it. And we'll do 5 of those. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And I'll speed up the video while I make the next 4. And for this one, I think that I'd just go with these simple, almost connecting lines as well. There's some potential here to connect with some loopy flourishes, but I think that that might be just a little bit too much because of these short flourish strokes. So we'll just keep it classy. You don't need a ruler to draw these lines. In fact, it's pretty difficult to use a pointed pen with a ruler. So just do your best to stay parallel to the pencil guidelines that you've made, or if you don't have pencil guidelines, the edge of your page, which will probably be the case. And there's that. Okay, now let's do the exclamation points and dots. Thus far, everything we've worked on has been pretty reliant on the stroke contrast that comes with pointed pen calligraphy and using a pointed pen, but the exclamation points and dots can be made using any pen. I'm going to use a straight pen, and the reason for that versus using like a Pilot G2 is I know that I want to erase these pencil guidelines here pretty soon. And with the Pilot G2, I know that I need to give that a pretty great amount of time to dry without the risk of any smudging, and I just don't have that kind of time. This ink, Bombay ink, India ink, I know is not going to smudge when I go to erase it, so that's why I'm using the pointed pen, even though you can use the writing instrument of your choice. So you can see I just drew a circle in the corner, and then I'm filling in these teardrop shapes. I like to do the teardrop shapes first so I know where the middle of the teardrop shapes are, and then you draw 5 little dots to fill in this space. Okay, let's do the other corners. Now I think for this one, I'm going to add an additional embellishment here in the middle. And let's have it feature more petals, because these kind of look like little flowers to me. I called it exclamation points and dots, but it does look like flower petals. Very cool. Now let's try connecting all of these with some dots. Very nice.